Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. Today is May 16th, 2023. So happy to be with you today. Always on our lovely Tuesdays we have at 6 p.m. Always here at the Comedy Cellar. I mean, lucky to be live here in studio above the Comedy Cellar. And let me tell you again, we do this program to promote the greatness of the greatest club in the country, possibly the world. People come from around the world to want to play here. So it could be the best in the world. It's an honor to play here. It's an honor to have this show. And last night, if you were here in the West Village in New York City, you could have seen my show. Yes, it was amazing. Me, Dan Noterman. I don't know how to pronounce his name. No, Dan Natterman, Nick Griffin, Alon Altman, our friend, Marina Franklin, and Caitlin Palufo, who is just absolutely killing it. And of course, we played the game, Make Me Laugh. It was fantastic. Everybody had a really great time. And those are the kind of shows you can see here at the Comedy Cellar with that kind of lineup. Tonight, if you were here, you could see again our friend Nick Griffin, if you missed him last night. And last night, of course, you would have seen Marina Franklin also kill it. She was fantastic. Dan Natterman, always fantastic. And if you were in our Vegas room, which is open every night of the week with our buddy Mark Cohen, who actually used to host the show Make Me Laugh. So I can't wait for him to come into town. And then, he can just take my job because he's the guy. But also this week in Las Vegas is our friend Rich Voss. So no matter where you go, wherever there's a Comedy Cellar, you're going to have a good time. All right. Well, thank you. So let's say hello, everybody in the chat room. Aunt Judy, so nice to see you. A week late. Anonymous, hello. Icy Dog, so glad to see everybody in the chat room so far. And let me just introduce my guest this evening. We have somebody live in studio. We like to, remember I said, it's all hot girls and Dan Natterman. So those are my guests. But this is my good friend, Sophia Samrad.
Hello.
It is so nice to
I am
see you.
so happy to be here tonight.
Yeah, make sure she talks in the mic, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I'm definitely
Well, move
talking
it
in the
closer
mic.
to
I need
your-
to move closer. Okay.
Well, just move the mic closer to you.
Okay.
We want to hear what you have to say.
All right, yeah.
Wait, you have an accent?
I have an accent somehow.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I was born in D.C., so that's crazy.
You were born in D.C.?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, I didn't
Born in
think so.
London.
Okay,
It was,
right,
it was
right,
a really
right.
bad joke. You can
Yeah,
get
that was
better
a horrible
jokes at the
joke.
Comedy
Yeah.
Cellar,
Yeah.
of course.
But this is my friend Sophia. She's actually a professional model for real. This isn't a joke. Like we were like, you could be a model. Like you really are a model. And yeah, Sophia and I have been friends for a long time. And let me tell you something about Sophia. Sophia has been an unbelievably kind friend who's been going through a lot of shit. And it's amazing that she is so kind that not only before the pandemic was she helpful in everything, and she'd be in some of my shows, but she would like, do you need me to pick anything up for you to help you with your show? I mean, it was amazing. And I don't know how to describe it. Most people are such dicks that you just don't see this kind of nice behavior, especially from somebody so pretty.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, everyone needs help bringing stuff to shows, and it's
I know, like-
setups. Like it's a lot of work. Like
Well,
even just like bringing props. And,
Well,
like,
exactly.
I mean,
And
the
that's
guy
what you
who
were
brought
helping.
all those items and was doing like all the.
Oh, well, that almost got me fired.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah, well, because, people didn't seem to like him. The legendary Wid we're talking about.
Yeah.
See, that guy is a goddamn genius, and the people did not seem to understand. See, people write letters here all the time, and they get people taken off shows, and I almost got canceled here.
I remember like the setup and like the after cleanup of
That was my
items. I
favorite
think it was.
part.
I think it was like it went overtime, right? Like 2 hours.
The thing was, yeah, well, yes, that's why Liz was really upset, because I was like, what, the cleanup was supposed to be the fun part. I was just renting out the room, and then everybody was like, you should charge $5 and let people in.
Yeah.
I never should have done that. We should have just had the Wid. The gag was that David Tell was opening for the prop comic, and that was the gag. That was my birthday gag, and you were kind enough to sit with me with was it with Nicole?
No, it was with Ezzy.
Oh, right. And there he is. There's legendary Wid. He's the
Hilarious.
best. Yeah, I wonder. Oh, see, what is he saying there is the question. Damn it. See, he's so good at the puns. But yeah, so Sophia and Ezzy sat with me, and Tom Shalhoub. So we were just at the hot girl table, and I just sat with my sequence jacket.
Yeah,
And that was supposed to be
very
the show,
fun. It
as
was a
my
good
friends
time.
were performing for me.
Yeah.
It's a birthday show.
Of course.
And I hired the legendary Wid, who me and Attell and Jim Norton and Keith Robinson, anybody from that Philly area, we used to open for all the time when we loved
That's
him
hilarious.
because we didn't want to be him.
Yeah.
But somebody has to be the prop guy.
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
So he was that guy. Anyway, the other thing about Sophia is that during the pandemic, she was extremely helpful. Like she taught me about stocks.
I mean,
and
I wouldn't say I
things like
taught you
that.
about stocks. I totally like blew up my entire portfolio on
Well,
stocks. Well, not it wasn't all my fault, to be honest. I was following some idiots. But I shouldn't really go into that whole situation.
no, because it makes you upset,
It-
and I don't want you to be upset. But what you did and what we learned later is that during the pandemic, you were really good at picking stocks because during the pandemic, it was made for people like you and me
Yeah.
to pick stocks.
Right.
And then everything went back to normal and we don't know anything about stocks.
Right. Well, the crazy thing was that my like intuition on Doge, like I had like 10 million Doge at like 0.007.
I wasn't going to bring that up because I know that's a point for
No,
pressure.
no,
What do you call it? A trigger word. Dogecoins. Apparently, folks, I'm telling you, I can't get her to stop talk. I don't mean not to talk about it, but she's still like, but I would have had $2 million.
No, $7 million.
Oh, right.
$7 million. I had
You've
10 million Doge under 1 cent. And I was like, I was like, oh, it's hit 2 cents. Oh, this is great. So I'm like, I'll fill it out. But yeah, it shot up so quickly to 70 cents that anyone who wasn't just sitting in it and who didn't actually like 100% believe this is going to go to a crazy degree just missed out. And I feel like that's the way a lot of these tokens are right now, because you're looking at, like, I mean, you've got Pepe, you've got Shiba. I mean, Shiba did something crazy as well. I mean, that made multimillionaires.
The everything you're talking about when you tell me all this stuff,
Yeah.
no one knows what you're talking about. I mean, except the people in the crypto world. But I'm saying, like, people like, and Shiba. I mean, like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I know these are coins and weird ones. And you told me, so I was going to put it out to the chat room.
Yeah.
Your idea for this show. What is it?
I thought.
You ready for this, Mike?
Create a token on Uniswap, on the Ethereum chain under Comedy Cellar, and that way comedians can get paid through tips through the actual trading, and it will be live for everyone to see. But I mean, Uniswap's like for like Jans and like anyone can like kind of build a token. But I think it would do well, and if every podcast took it on, especially in Cellar, I mean, it's a different world, and you got to be careful. But I think it could do pretty well.
A week late says he knows about crypto and NFTs. You were trying to tell me about NFTs for a while too.
Yeah,
I still don't. I know what they are, and I just don't get it, and that'll never work for me. I mean, I don't mind banking with somebody like you who kind of knows what they're doing. But I don't think I could ever do it myself. But that would be hilarious too. Now, you don't get an actual coin, but I thought that they did have coin designs, because I'd like to have my picture on one. That's what I'm saying.
Just create a Dave token and just have it.
Well, it could be the Comedy Cellar, and we can have all the comics pictures on them. But you don't actually get a real token.
Well, you can create NFT.
I thought Dogecoin had a.
It does
symbol.
have a token. It has a token. It has like a.
Yeah, I want to get a symbol.
Yeah, you can easily do that.
My picture and the Comedy Cellar.
But also, like, the other thing is that you could also do like NFTs specific to like each show. So let's say one of your shows has got a specific guest. That week you could do an airdrop of like 10 limited editions of this NFT with this person's face on it, and or like a signed thing.
That's what I thought. They did have a.
They did for Dogecoin.
Now, how hilarious would it be if my face was on that thing? But it would have to be the face like this, like the one I have on my Zoom. See, I put some. The one I have on my oh crap. See, I thought I put no, I got a notification.
Hilarious. That could be like an NFT.
I could have sworn I put no notifications, and I put do not disturb. Oh, there's the Juskow picture.
It's pretty good.
Oh, that's the one we put on the coin.
No,
that's for Marcy,
but
I think Marcy's
like a limited edition drop of an NFT. So you could have 10 of those limited edition, each one different colors, and like.
Oh, but that's what I was going to say is that I have a picture of myself like that on Zoom. You know how you have a place card like on Zoom if your camera doesn't go on?
Yes.
And you should remember those for funerals and not have one where you're drinking shots like at a New Year's Eve party when you're at somebody's Zoom funeral.
Totally.
Right. Where the Juskow picture. Actually, I need that That Juskow one's going to be my picture. I don't care whether it's a funeral or not. That's hilarious. That'll make everybody laugh. Juskow is Juskow all day, all night.
That's hilarious. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
So this is another thing that's really, really crazy right now. There's actually like an AI bot that's on Twitter. It goes under Bob, and it basically has a huge following. I think like over 250,000 followers. And this token is like Elon Musk has like every single thing that it's posted out has been like, not every single thing, but like at least like 5. It's had 5 interactions with Elon Musk. I don't know whether he's actually involved with Bob or what, but someone could speculate on what exactly is going on.
So this is another coin.
This is like a bot that was created that basically it was a bot.
She's using all these terms. I mean, I've heard of them. I just don't understand. I'm telling you, I get texts like this all night long from her. And I just like, I have no idea what she's talking about.
But then there's something crazy.
But if you guys do, and you think that the Comedy Cellar should have a coin, your camera's over there, I think.
Yeah, my camera's over there.
Yeah, because you're like, who's he talking to? Then, tell us what you think. And let me just say hello to some of Liz, nice to see you. Brian, JWB, Catalina from Chile is here today. She just broke up with her boyfriend.
Oh, wow.
That's the kind of stuff we like to talk about here.
But I want to say one last final thing.
Yes.
And this is the last thing I'll say on crypto for tonight. But
I see.
Yeah,
for
tonight. Until I text you like later tonight and I'll be like, oh my God, I had so much to say about this token. But there's a token that goes under Boomer Explains. And this token gives dad jokes. And it's being shadow banned on Twitter.
See, every term you're using is falling me further and further behind.
No, it's so
shadow
crazy.
ban, bot, dad. What is happening?
No, it is the most insane thing ever. No, it
Well, I know they all know.
It is
she
the most
keeps saying she likes a boy.
It's insane what's going on because you look under the replies of this bot. Okay, I don't know who the developer is. I don't know. They seem like they're based. I spoke to one of the devs and he was like, he kind of like gave me a rundown of it all. But it's really, really crazy what's going on because I'm looking at the replies. I'm looking at people tweeting at Boomer Explains, which is the handle in order for it to respond directly.
But we've got a big problem in the chat room right now. That's what I was trying to do. Is this girl is now she's going. I'm sorry, Catalina. I only told because the chat room cares. They know what was going on. And I thought this would cheer you up because they'll all give you support.
This is the girl who broke up with her boyfriend.
Yeah, and you're sitting there talking about I don't know what words you're using. Shadow bond. What?
Shadow ban.
Mike, do you know what that is?
Well, I don't know what shadow bond is, but I know what shadow ban is.
I think that was one of my. I had a band called that in the 80s. Shadow Band. Do you remember their song? Bot. I mean, so I'm sorry, Kevin. I didn't mean to do it. I just I knew everybody. See, everybody says we care. We're having man problems. That's what this show's about, not coins and stuff. I mean, I know that's what you like to talk about. Now, meanwhile, Sophia also had a really good idea, but she never wanted to see it through, which would have been called Monday Night Money or something. We were going to do a show
I was hammered
like
drunk. Do you remember that night?
Yes,
yeah, I think that was the most ridiculous clip I've ever shot.
It is, but you look so amazing.
I fell off of a chair, I'm pretty sure.
You did fall off the chair. We do have it on tape. But you went into the bathroom and then she just came out wearing this unbelievable dress and it was like, you looked amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But
that is your job.
No, but I literally... I don't remember what we had named it, but I think we did like one take and then the whole market collapsed. It was like right before the market
that's why I
collapsed.
said we got to do it right away. And then you were like, no, we need to fine tune it and make sure it's this. And I'm like, no, it needs to be right now because it's idiots like us.
Yeah, who are like investing in stuff we shouldn't be doing. And none of this is financial advice, by the way. I am like a terrible trader, but there's like
you were good when we needed to make money. You helped a lot, and I will never forget that. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
As far as you and your modeling career, that's back
dead.
on. Well, I know she's having a lot of problems because they're not looking for. They're looking for
like Dylan's right now, right?
Yeah, they're looking for different kinds of people that you don't really want to see on television. And I don't know how to say it without being rude, but it's just not. I still want to see this. Do you understand what I'm saying, folks? This is what I want to see on TV. Everybody knows I watch shows for hot girls. I will sit there and watch that stupid 2.5 Men, because they have some of the hottest girls I've ever seen on that show. And I will sit there and just stupidly watch it like a moron, because some of those girls are so beautiful. And then of course I have to look them up, see what they're doing now, see how they've
what are they doing now?
Nothing.
OnlyFans?
Exactly.
A gender transition. Now they are male.
Yes. And in fact, speaking of which, let's see what's going on in the news today, Mike. If you'll show picture number 1, seeing what's going on here. Okay, so this is the University of Wyoming, and the sorority, I think it's like Gamma Gamma Hey, they have gone to court to that person in the circle is it's a dude.
Yeah, it's a dude,
and
but
he's saying she's saying she's trans, but she has a penis, and they said, and I quote, and if you go to picture 2, I think it's a picture of that. Yeah, that's the girl, right? But she's a boy, technically.
I mean,
she says, and they say this in the court trial, Mr. Smith has, while watching members enter the sorority house, had an erection visible through his leggings. And they're terrified of being in the same presence as this man who's identifying as a woman, but not yet.
I mean,
it's a fine line, and nobody knows how to handle it yet.
I feel like there needs to be like some form of like actual transition. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's not for any. I don't even know how to even explain this without getting like into like a really sore topic, because it's very, very.
Elizabeth says Dave's dreams to be in a sorority. That's exactly right. Now I can see dressing up as a woman and doing that, but yeah, I get in trouble if they found, of course, because that's what you get. This is not right. Now these girls are coming forward and saying, look, there's a dude in our locker room while we're changing.
Why couldn't it be me 10 years ago?
Well,
no.
I'd be too afraid. I'd be terrified of that. So I'd be like, they'd figure it out right away. Hello, girls. Boy, it sure is hot in here. We should probably undress.
That is a movie.
Yeah, there's been let alone Bosom Buddies and all that stuff, but they were doing it for real. Yeah, wait, which movie is that?
Sorority Boys.
Oh, Sorority Boys with the guy who played Lex Luthor, right?
Yeah.
Wait, when was this made?
10, 15 years ago.
Wow, that is crazy. I've never seen this movie.
Because the guy who played Lex Luthor in Superman was in it. I remember, because he made a pretty girl.
Smallville.
Right, Smallville. That's right.
That's really funny.
So then, if you look at picture number 2A. So Bud Light has been continuing to slide down 24% now.
Yeah.
Because of what happened with the trans thing.
Yeah.
So Miller Lite was trying to do something else. Now they're saying, oh, and that's Alana Glazer, and she's saying, this is what the commercials used to be. Girls in bikinis. I mean, I've
never seen this. Can we play this commercial?
It is actually on YouTube. It's long. We could play it, but and what they're doing, if you go to the second picture, is saying something about the fertilizers, and they say the good shit and the bad shit, and they're changing it.
Is that asparagus?
No, it's maybe, but
it's
no, it's hops. That's right, it's hops.
Oh, it's
so they're saying that it's fertilizer. I mean, they're talking about fertilizer, and they're trying to market it more to women, and they got it all so wrong. They just took it off.
Wow.
But it still is on YouTube, but you can't find it. It was difficult to find, but they just got it all. I don't know what they're trying. They're ruining their core base.
Well, this is Miller Lite.
Right. But they're trying to make a difference, but then they're basically saying women love shit. I mean, that's if you watch the commercials, she's just talking about shit. She uses the word shit. It's a very strange advertisement.
Okay, we have to play this now. Come on.
Well, it's easy to find.
We have time.
Yeah, Mike's he's amazing.
Okay, cool, awesome.
Like that. But if we let's move on to picture number 3. Actually, that's the new
Martha
Stewart on Sports Illustrated. That is not a joke.
I'm all about.
She actually looks pretty good.
She looks fantastic, but look. Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue is made for me, and I don't need her on the cover. Now it's one of 4 covers. Megan Fox is also on the cover. That's fine. But this is ridiculous. You know who should be on the cover? Go to the next picture, Mike. See, that's who should be on the cover. Oh, is that you? Oh my God, I'm sorry. That's who I want to see on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Oh, sorry, folks. But Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, as we've talked about multiple times on this show since we've gone like 3 years, is made for moi. And although she looks amazing, and I've always found she looks fantastic, but she should not be on the cover. It's a big deal to be on the cover, and I'm sick and tired of it.
She's giving me a big deal right now.
Let's go to the other picture of Sophia again. Yeah, I like looking at that. Yeah, see, now that's Derek Jeter. Well, he's handsome too. I wouldn't mind seeing him on the cover of something. Wow. I don't know if you heard about this last night. I'm sure you did. Aaron Judge last night. Somehow the Yankees got the signs or something of the Blue Jays pitching. They figured something out. It's not cheating, but somebody knew something. And as you can see, he's looking at the coach for some sort of sign. As soon as he did that, he hit a home run.
Interesting.
So they know something, and it's very odd. Everyone's talking about it. So you have a
whole
today.
Conspiracy on this whole thing.
Everyone does. Everyone's talking about it. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really funny, and I love it. And I couldn't care less. And that's why. But the nerve of these guys getting so mad at the Houston Astros for trying to find an edge, and then them doing the same thing. Fuck you. It's just, who cares? It's hilarious. You know what everybody wants to see? This guy hit a home run. So if that's what it takes. And they just lobbed the ball over, and he's got a thing. What happened here? He hit 2 home runs and 3 walks. He had a perfect. Oh yeah. Oh, is that right, Anonymous? He had 2 home runs in that game.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's in Toronto too. Of course, isn't in Toronto where he hit the 62? Isn't that where he did it? Isn't that where he broke the record, Mike?
Anonymous would know.
Anonymous would know, right? That's what Mets fans say. What was the Mets? Shut up, Anonymous. I'm sick of your bullshit. All right, let's get out of these slides. I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. You know what, Anonymous? I was trying to be polite and do some nice Yankee stuff, and you ruined it. You're so mean. Fuck you and your Rangers.
Oh, no. Be nice, Anonymous. We don't know who it is.
Oh, we know who it is.
Oh, you know who it is?
Okay. I don't. Oh, here's the commercial. Oh, let's put the headset on.
Woo. Okay, let's go.
You ready, Mike? Ready.
Here's a little known fact. Women were among the very first to brew beer ever. From Mesopotamia to the Middle Ages to colonial America, women were the ones doing the brewing. Centuries later, how did the industry pay homage to the founding mothers of beer? They put us in bikinis. Wow. Look at this wild. It's time beer made it up to women. So today, Miller Lite is on a mission to clean up not just their but the whole beer industry's Miller Lite has been scouring.
Right? This makes no sense, right? Wait, it gets worse. Now they're just going to fertilizer. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen.
The guy in the background used to love his job.
The internet for all this and buying it back so that they can turn it into good for women brewers. Literally, good How, you ask? Ladies, take it away.
First, we turn the bad into compost. Then we feed compost to worms. Push out beautiful fertilizer.
That good helps farmers grow quality hops, which is then donated to women brewers to make their own really good
But there's definitely more out there. In your attic, in the garage, in your parents' basement. Send any you got into Miller Lite, and they'll turn that into good too. Oh. So here's to women, because without us, there would be no beer.
This makes no sense.
It's pretty fucked up,
To
right?
benefit hundreds of women brewers.
Women brewers? Who are the
That's
women brewers?
really
I don't know
funny.
any. I didn't know. And who cares? Let there be women brewers. Let them make a great beer. Why would they want to drink Miller Lite?
Gonna make us beer.
Right. And go make us a beer. That's even worse. Now you can't just go to the refrigerator. You have to. That's my Aunt Judy. She really does. She loves it. Right. If she was wearing a bikini, exactly, Scruffy. God damn it. First of all, Miller Lite's gross.
Oh
It's all these beers that are disgusting. You're British.
I don't drink
you don't drink beer. Of course, you're
I
a
like
lady.
champagne.
But I'm just saying the people that would laughing at this beer in America, Bud Light and Miller. I mean, it's like they're laughing at it.
Why would they make a competition of the ads? Because if Bud Light do one thing, that's them. Leave everything that you've done just alone.
Why they're
don't
trying to
launch anything. At that point, You just basically say, you know what, we've done something right because we are not down whatever 25% in the week or whatever the amount do they even have a stock? I don't think they do.
They do.
They do. Okay.
Anheuser-Busch, they're huge.
No. For
Miller Lite.
Miller Lite. Are they part of the same company?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Right, Mike?
No, they're different.
They're different. Okay, so like
but
if they have a separate stock, I don't
they do a lot of stuff, not just beer, not just Miller Lite, but other stuff.
Okay, got you.
But the thing is that kind of beer is like
right.
I drink it as a man. I drink regular Budweiser. I like it, but it's stupid. I prefer like an amber beer.
Yeah.
I like that better, but at the end of the night I like the piss beer. Just because it's more like water, but you can still get drunk. And I got really drunk last night. I mean, I was really drunk. It was awful. I went to bed at 3:30 and I woke up at 5:30 this morning. I was a mess this morning.
Oh my God.
And I almost threw up twice. I had to stop on the 59th Street Bridge to throw up, but I didn't.
Good.
And I'm glad I didn't take the subway because I would have thrown up on the subway and somebody would have recorded it and it would have been really old guy throws up. Plus I went to that papaya dog place last night and I had a chili and cheese 2 hot dogs.
This sounds terrible.
I went to bed, and that's all I was thinking about, and that's what was making me throw up. But anyway, Miller Lite sucks, and except when I go to my friend Chris Donahue's house and he has frozen mugs, and when he puts the beer in that when it's really cold, it's really great. And his wife drinks it too, so she's the only woman I know that drinks Miller Lite. But she is Irish.
In frozen cups?
Frozen mugs. They have it in the freezer. It's great.
You ain't drunk until you fall through your coffee table.
Yes, well, everybody knows my anniversary is coming up on that. And yes, my niece became a doctor yesterday. It was very exciting. Wow. I watched the live stream. It was very exciting. Mike, it was unbelievable. I had this girl this week on Billy Joel A to Z. I have my niece and her roommates on because they went to see Billy Joel on this incredible evening. He played all the songs he'd never played.
The MSG?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So, and they'd never seen him before.
Yeah.
So, but one of her roommates, they're going to be orthodontists. And one of her roommates is going into the Air Force to be an orthodontist. So she got sworn in by the military yesterday. It was badass cool. It was
how does that
They came to the ceremony to swear in the 3 people going into the military to be orthodontists. But it's like something you never think
did she apply to the military to become an orthodontist?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. She has to. I think she has to go through basic training
to apply to.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
So yeah, after school she's going to Colorado.
Orthodontic treatment?
They have dentists and orthodontists.
Interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah. No, I know it's crazy. If you watch the movie MASH from 1970, a lot of it revolves around the dentist there. They call him Painless.
Oh.
And he was the dentist, and then he thinks he's gay because he can't get hard one day with a girl, and so he tries to commit suicide.
Wow.
But it's a funny suicide. Like it's hard to explain.
I don't think any suicide is funny, but let's see.
It is. They're pretending that he's going to commit suicide. They're all laughing at him because he thinks he's gay because he couldn't get hard one time.
Got you.
And because he's a real ladies guy, even though he doesn't look like a ladies guy.
Yeah.
This guy John Shuck. He actually is in Star Trek 4 as a Klingon. He's not a handsome man. He was in Holmes and Yo-Yo, Mike. He's Yo-Yo. Do you have a picture of that?
I was pulling up a picture from MASH.
Oh, you have that?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so good. This is, by the way, folks, I talk about this in my podcast. This movie's fantastic. If you ever see the original movie MASH from 1970, it's really good. It's directed by Robert Altman. This guy was so high when he directed it, but it's really good, and it's really a great movie to be high and watch. And then, of course, they made the TV series on it too. Oh, here he comes. Yeah, that's him. And he was the big ladies' man in it. And he thought he was. I think he calls himself a fairy.
I mean,
and they're all laughing at him. They're like, and Elliot Gould is laughing like, well, they're talking about Man of War, and they had to put him out to stud because they found out he was a raging homosexual. The horse. Like, so they're
it's so funny.
It's really funny. I don't know whether it plays well today, but whatever. It was great. Yeah, Sutherland was great, right, Liz? I don't know what you want to be called. Anyway.
Oh, he played Herman Munster in that.
Oh, yes, in the remake. That's right. He played Herman Munster. So
really?
That's the big ladies man, you. But then Elliot Gould was a big ladies man too. So it was good for us Jews. Should we start the slides, Michael? Yeah, 6:30.
Sure.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
I didn't put that. Well, actually, I do have a lot of slides, but I didn't put as many because I wasn't sure what your plan was today, but we have some time. You're okay, right?
With what, slides?
No, just timing.
Oh yeah, I'm
Slides,
fine. Yeah.
swings.
And then you have to go back. You've been living since the pandemic. You've been living in DC, back when DC
Combination of DC, New
Then
York, because then I sold my apartment
right.
in like 2021, which was like after, it was like way after the pandemic.
Right.
So the pandemic had kind of finished, and I was like, I kind of, Brooklyn is like, when I sold my apartment there, I was like, you know what? I like, there was something just like about Brooklyn itself that, I mean, I'm not going to say like, it's like, I can't explain it, to be honest. Like what exactly the, what it is, but it's just not Manhattan. And so I should have, in hindsight, everything that I should have done, I should have, like pre-pandemic, I should have bought an apartment in Manhattan, not bought an apartment in Brooklyn. Like I was in Bed-Stuy. And so I bought the apartment in Bed-Stuy. It was like meant to be an up and coming area, which it was, and it is.
No, it's not.
But it's not, I mean, I think what's going on is that then the pandemic hit and everything got shut down there. So, and you also have a lot of businesses going out of business. So but pre-pandemic, when I bought the apartment, you're actually seeing like,
well, you bought it more in the Crown Heights area too.
No, it was Bed-Stuy.
It was.
It was
even
Bed-Stuy.
worse. I was trying to make it better for you. By the way, Anonymous, Marcy is in the hospital. She's in the hospital. I think she's there to visit. She just texted me and said she's doing something at the hospital. Again, bad news for Marcy. I'm not sure. The text came in really quick and I didn't see it. Anyway. But then you moved to you've been in DC for the past 2 years.
On off. Yeah.
What do you mean on off? Where else have you been?
Like combination.
You haven't been coming here.
Not as often.
Unless you've been coming here and you didn't.
What? No, not as often as I would have been, as I would have liked. But I was getting booked a lot in DC.
Right.
And so a lot of my stuff kind of, it was really weird as well, because I feel like when the pandemic hit as well, I went to DC just because of the space.
Yeah.
And so,
if you were able to get out of the city, then I would have done it too.
And so it was like, it was just a really, really weird situation. And now, even when because I used to split my time between Chelsea and Brooklyn when I was here even.
Yes.
And so, when I was in like the Chelsea neighborhood in and of itself it's crazy what's going on right now.
Chelsea, I was just telling Sophia today that Chelsea is not a good neighborhood anymore. Tell them what happened to you last night. Okay,
so I was at my friend's place. It was like probably like 1 a.m. in the morning on 16th Street. So I bought a G-Wagon. This is like in 2021.
Did you say you bought a Jew-Wagon?
No, a G-Wagon.
That's what you heard that, right, Mike? Why, you little...
No.
I drive a Jew-Wagon myself. So how dare you?
No, I was like, let me get the car that I want for once and for all.
I've been in that car. It's beautiful.
It's great.
Yeah.
And so, then I basically, so I'm in the apartment. I hear like alarms going off, and it turns out that someone had, because when they basically tried to open my the gas fuel section of my of the car, and so they tried to open it. It caused the entire alarm system of the car to come on because he poured it open.
And what do you have? Are you watching it, or you have an app that tells?
No. I don't. But when I got downstairs, I was like, this guy is like trying. This is what happened, because I could see that the thing was open. That was what caused it. But I go downstairs, and this guy is like peering through the passenger window. And he's peering through the passenger window. I come down, I'm like, hey, what
Chelsea,
are you doing?
Manhattan, everybody.
Yeah, Chelsea, Manhattan, which is like was the safest neighborhood ever. Like ever. You could walk around at like 3 a.m. at night, not have any issues.
Just totally not like that.
And this guy is like, he's got a bag with a hammer and all these items ready to smash my window.
I just don't understand why you said you were going to call the police, but then you're just like, why not call the police?
Okay, so I basically am like,
why were you even talking to that guy?
No, okay, because I thought I could like rationalize his head to say, you know what, you're better. No, I know. I was thinking to myself, you know what, he can be better. He can be someone. If he wasn't doing this, and if he wasn't breaking into cars, he could be doing so much better with his life.
You don't even know what else he has in that bag. That's when you just
No,
kinda
he
step
like
aside?
no, because
You
basically
could say, "Get away from my car," and if he doesn't leave, then you call the cops.
I didn't say that. I said, "What are you doing to my car?" I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. This is your car, is it?" I said, "Yeah, it's my car. What are you doing?" And he said, "Oh, I was just looking inside." And I was like, "What do you mean you were just looking inside?" And so, anyway, long story short, this guy was basically, I was like, you know what? This guy was about to break into my car. I said, you know what? You're really, really lucky that I didn't call the cops on you and you're not arrested right now. And I hope that you do something better with your life and you don't break into other people's cars because that's only what lowlifes do. And he basically was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I recently found out I became a king and all this nonsense that
Yeah,
like
but
the
that's the
guy was
problem,
on
that's right.
drugs and like just like
But
lost
then
his
didn't
mental
you say he
health.
went to the next car and
So
broke
then,
their window or something?
okay. So then I was like, you know what? I don't feel safe. Park tip because I'm scared that if this has happened within I had got back in like 30 minutes. Within 30 minutes, I don't trust this neighborhood. So let me sit in my car and see what the fuck happens. So I'm sat in my car from 2 a.m. to like 4 a.m. last night. Okay.
Why would you do that?
No, because I was sat there because initially I was basically saying, well, let me just track this guy, make sure he goes away.
Oh,
okay, so it started off with like, it
it
started off with me saying like, this guy's gonna go away from this whole neighborhood. Instead, what he did is he basically went down the street and there's like 10 cars lined up. Oh, also there was like a ton of parking earlier on in the day, so there was like free parking. I was like, oh, this is great. There's so much free parking everywhere. I wonder why. But obviously it's because there's like it's really become a sketch neighborhood. But there's like 10 cars down the street. This guy is like looking into the cars, but it wasn't so much that I thought he was looking in to steal something. He was looking in and actually like fixing his hair and like doing dances and stuff that like normally like a mentally ill person would do. So I was like, okay.
So he didn't.
So I didn't
disturb any of the other cars.
Exactly. So that's what I thought.
Oh.
And then at like an hour later, when I was hoping he was leaving, he smashed a window of one of the cars.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, and broke it, and the whole alarm system went off, and then he ran away. And I was just like, this is so. But I don't even know what he even grabbed from that car. But it was like, I mean, in hindsight, I should have called the car.
No, in hindsight, Anonymous says the car should have put a sign in the window saying no radio. That was always a classic. What is that from the 80s or 90s? What was that?
That so crazy though. I was like kind of in shell shock.
Welcome back to the city. It's changed since COVID. Things are different. Areas are different. Everything is different. But what are you gonna do? Good thing you live in DC. Yeah. Maybe it's better there. I don't know. That sounds like a fun place to live, though. I wouldn't mind living there. Anyway, Mike, let's go to the slides. Let's go to the first one, see what we have here. I don't remember what I put up today. Oh, yes, of course. We usually start with the White House. And see, I like that picture because you have the Republicans and the Democrats. And this is the way it should be. This is the way you get stuff done, right? I mean, everybody's there. Maybe they don't like each other, but maybe they're trying.
Maybe.
That's what I would hope. And that's why the last president wouldn't have them in the same room. And that's the only way anything is going to happen. So let's go on to the next one and no offense to your people, but let's face it, these two suck. Do you take offense to that?
No, not really. But I mean, like Meghan Markle and Harry aren't much better. So it's like I feel like the whole monarchy is just like kind of gone to shit, like everything about it is just like I mean, it's just nothing special, like there's no, I mean, I guess Harry and Meghan add some kind of like a reality soap opera to it, like EastEnders.
That's true.
But aside from that, it's like,
yeah. And maybe if they just got somebody younger, it'd be like if Prince William and his wife were king and queen instead of these two lemons, that are no fun. Go to the next one, Mike, please. What was
well, Charles, he's very, very like, I mean, if you want someone to be king, you'd want him. You wouldn't want Harry. You wouldn't want William. Like, I feel like.
Well, no, but I'm saying at least they'd be more entertaining.
Yeah,
I mean,
it would be like Trump.
Look at the next picture. Look at the next picture. I mean, these people are disgusting. Ugh. That's the one he passed over Diana for? God. Come on, what a dick. But everybody, it brings in a lot of money, I think, to to England. I think, just having the monarchy, going to Buckingham Palace, all that kind of stuff brings in a lot of tourism. Look at that guy. That's Prince Harry, right? Right. He's like, they put me in the back, fucking jerk offs. He's like,
so
come on,
funny.
man.
Do you see the South Park episode with him?
Yeah. Oh my
was
God,
so
that was
good.
great.
Oh my
Where he's
God.
drumming in front of him. Leave us alone. Oh my
The
God, that was
worldwide
amazing.
privacy tour.
That
Oh my God, it was so funny.
that was brilliant. I don't know if you guys
really
saw
well
that.
done.
They have a South Park episode which is absolutely
They
brilliant.
just nailed everything
Yeah.
that they were doing, like to a T.
Yeah. But that's what you get when you're a spare. What's the next one, Mike? Oh yeah, that's a guy camping out in the mall in London, like,
There's
waiting
no way
for the coronation.
That's photoshopped.
No. He's waiting for the coronation. He was just sitting there and wearing that same outfit that if you go
Are
to
you
the
sure?
next one, yeah, that's from CNN. He's wearing the David S. Pumpkins outfit. You can go to the next one. Or not. Oh. So do you care about Premier League soccer or
It's
football?
Arsenal versus.
Yeah, how did you know that? Yes.
Well, they've got their red shirts on. Is that Tottenham?
Newcastle,
No,
I think.
Newcastle.
See, what I was pointing out here is like, this is a stupid game.
Why?
Well, we here don't care for it. But look how big that net is. I mean, why is it so low scoring? Do you know how easy it is to get a ball in that huge? Look at the next picture. Let me show you what's tough. This guy's blocking the entire net. I don't know how you're going to get something through there, and yet they have higher scoring games than in soccer, which you have to really give it up to the goalie in soccer. It's very impressive. But look at that. They're blocking the whole net. It's not even fair. That's why it's stupid. What's the next one, Mike? Look at it. And then they're all like gathered around the net. Like you can't even, how do you even, and that soccer guy shows one guy and he's got this huge thing to cover.
Yeah.
You really have to respect it, actually, because those scores are 2-1, 1-0. And sometimes these are like 7-5. And it's funny that you could get that small puck through. The guy's completely blocking the net. And these guys are so precise. They can get over his left shoulder just really quick. It's quite fascinating, but it's just funny when you see that huge net. You're like, why isn't there more scoring in soccer?
It's true.
How can that be? But that guy's he's taking a chance. He's going to go left. Is he going to go right? He's got to figure it out. But I still feel that those scores should be 20-20, you know?
So funny. I actually met Arsene Wenger. He was like the Arsenal manager when I was a kid. I think I was like maybe 8 years old. And so I had met him and he used to coach like the whole team.
Is that good?
I mean, I was.
We don't know anything about that.
I didn't really follow the football, but yeah, I met him.
Let's go to the next one, Mike. Oh, yeah. These are fresh Buddhists. They just got their head shaved and they're going to become monks. I mean,
Oh my God.
I don't understand how it starts this early. I don't know whether they're just trying it. They're going to be Buddhist priests or Judas priests. I can't remember what I wrote up there. I'm kidding. No, Buddhist priest. They just got their head shaved.
Looks so confused.
He's like, why? Yeah, why are we doing this? Can I do this later when I decide I actually don't want to have sex with girls? Or I don't know if they're allowed to or not. I don't know their religion. Some of
them actually seem like they're really into it, to be honest.
Anonymous says, keep them away from the Dalai Lama. There you go. Good one, Anonymous. Let's go to the next one. So right, this looks like it's like they're taking a picture, like reminding them what a slave ship is or something, right? But it's not that at all.
I didn't even think of that when that came
That's
up.
all I thought about, because that's how they used to put them on slave ships when they came over here.
I have no idea what I would think this is.
This is a bunch of Hindus waiting for a blessing from a priest so they can get good crops. I mean, this is real fucked up shit where I think you got to find another way to pray for good crops. This isn't right. And you know what that is, right, Mike?
No.
It's the next one. You just have to wait for the frozen orange juice crop report, of course. Hello. If you can steal the crop report, you're not going to need a priest to bless it.
Oh my God.
Am I wrong?
I mean, that's
the cold
crazy.
winter hasn't affected the orange harvest.
Where was this? This was in India?
I don't remember.
Huh.
But I think so.
Crazy. That's really wild.
This is from Trading Places.
Yeah.
You knew?
Yeah, I knew that.
How do you like that? I wouldn't have thought you would.
Yeah, I think you showed me this before.
Oh, I show this.
Yeah.
All the time.
I'm pretty sure.
Well,
Yeah, that's how
I probably did, because this is how I started with stocks. This is how I got into GameStop
yeah.
by accident because of this movie.
Yeah.
I said, well, the kid with the Kung Fu grip, and they're going to, so I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, I'll invest in GameStop.
That's
And
what
then I
you
got
did.
lucky.
Yeah.
The GameStop went crazy. That was the first one to go crazy.
Yeah.
And I just happened to be in that stock.
Yeah.
And that kept me afloat for a while
Yeah.
until COVID was over, and then I'm doomed. Anyway, the next one, Mike, please. Oh, so this is the Eurovision contest. And when you were growing up, did you know about this contest?
Eurovision, I used to watch that every year. Yeah, that was like a
Really?
thing. Yeah.
It's funny that it's not a thing here at all. Well, it
It's
can't
not a
be.
thing?
Well, it can't be. It's Eurovision, so you'd have to change the name.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't watched it for I don't know how many years now, but as a kid, I used to watch that and like Father Ted, which is like this UK like Irish comedy.
I know about that one.
Yeah.
Because I have the
and like
channel.
40 Towers and stuff like
right,
that.
Right. But
So
I didn't know about Eurovision. It's never, I don't think they ever showed it here in the state, like even on Channel 13. It's a songwriting contest, folks. And it's really, now look how spectacular this is. This is Eurovision. I'm going to show you this. This isn't the, this just happened last week. See, this is somebody else performing in the Eurovision. Look at these sets and the greatness of what they've become. Go to the next one, Mike. This is the woman who won. Her name is Laureen. She's 39. She won twice. This is her second time winning. I think she won in 2012. And she just won last week. If you go to the next picture, that's her doing the performance before she won, right? She's singing. It's a songwriting contest, but look what they do, right? And you know who is famous for winning Eurovision? Do you know the answer to that?
I have
It's
no
the next
idea.
slide. This is what made Eurovision still. Abba did Waterloo on Eurovision, and they became hugely successful after
Was
that.
it Abba who did
Abba.
that?
Waterloo was the song
Oh,
that they
wow.
wrote and did, and you know, in the 70s, and then they
Oh.
just like went, you know, skyrocketed. Since then, I didn't recognize one other person, which is funny. But if you go to the next one, Mike, see, here's the issue. That's American Idol. There's no pomp or circumstance. This show sucks. This is one of the final three. I got the final three contestants that's going on right now. Maybe the finals are this week. Maybe they were last night. I don't know. These are the final three contestants. This Hawaiian guy who looks adorable, but where did you
He
just
kind
saw?
of looks like an NFT.
Yeah, right. And look at the next one. These people are fucking boring as shit. It's an embarrassment to be an American. And then there's this girl. I mean, the country people always stink. And then the girl, the next one is this girl. I think her name's Maddie. It's always a Megan. I mean, they're just, I mean, at least she's wearing a fun dress, but they're boring. And Eurovision is putting together these sets and this a story, right?
Yeah.
This sucks. This is an embarrassment. That's what I want to say.
Is that what you would compare Eurovision to? American Idol?
Absolutely. Wouldn't you think so, Mike? Except well, this is more of a singing contest. Eurovision is a songwriting contest, which is kind of weird that they don't have
it's a songwriting
It's
contest?
a songwriting contest.
So what is the point of having like the whole
Performance?
Is that songwriting?
I guess it's showmanship. I don't know. Say like, look, my song is so good. If I did it like this, it would really work.
Interesting. I never knew that it was a songwriting.
Yeah, it's a
What is
songwriting.
American Idol? Just shit?
That's just a singing contest. But sometimes you can sing your own songs, which they do, but they always die. I mean, they're just like, you know, they get voted off instantly usually. But why America doesn't have a songwriting contest? Or maybe they did for a while. It didn't work. People just like singers. We're boring here. Go to the next one. Look at this.
Something in the UK. I forgot the name of it, but they had this show in the UK that was very similar to American Idol, but it was
the Great Bake Off.
It was what?
The Bake Off.
Not the Bake Off.
Well,
that's
American Idol came from a British show, I believe.
Yeah, what was
just
it?
like AGT did British Got Talent, you know. And
British Got Talent. There we go. That was it.
Right. So that woman, that really ugly woman, Susan
Boyle.
Yes.
Yeah.
She came from that show, and then American Idol.
She got pretty, I think.
So
right?
yeah.
Okay.
They glammed her up. So these are all the finalists from the full 19 season. We're in the 20th season of American Idol.
Okay.
There's two people we know.
20th season?
20th season.
No.
I know the names because I was watching them, but none of these people have gone on to do anything. None of them. Besides Kelly Clarkson, who just got under fire for her show. The producer on her show is such a bloody nightmare that everybody is talking out about it. But everybody says that Kelly has nothing to do with it. She doesn't know.
Wow.
It's the producer. It's she's a delight. So that's good news because I like Kelly Clarkson and I actually like her show. And she's the real deal. And her and Carrie Underwood, it's like funny when they sing.
Yeah.
And I don't like country music, but at least I know her voice is legit. You know, when you see them do this process, you know, coming off the contest, you know they're real legit singers. They don't need auto tuning or anything.
Right.
So I like that. But look at these names. Caleb Johnson, Nick.
I think
what?
Jordan Sparks is that someone who's someone else's name as well?
Well, her dad was a football player.
Philip Phillips.
How did you know? Oh, Philip Phillips.
I've never even
Philip Phillips actually had some success because during the Olympics he had a song, but you know, mostly they stink. Everyone here stinks. Go to the next one, Mike. The next one is The Voice. I've never heard of one of these people. Not one. That's 22 seasons.
A girl named Tom?
I've never heard of one of these people. If anybody in the chat room says, but American Idol produced Carrie Underwood. Well, I just said that. Yeah, I just said Eurovision produced Abba.
Abba.
Eurovision,
Yeah,
Abba. Abba.
What'd you say, Mike?
Abba is way bigger than them.
Yeah, Abba's like
Abba is
legendary. There's no comparison.
A worldwide sensation that now is so popular. They have made what do you call them? AIs of themselves.
Have they?
So they can continue to tour. What
virtually
that
on the metaverse?
They did that young version of them in the 90s or 2000s, Abba-esque, right?
Oh, I don't know, but they've just made an AI version of themselves because they're going to tour with
they actually
their young selves.
They did?
Yeah, I swear.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah,
I thought you were just like
no, I'm not joking. No,
that's why
they're that worldwide huge. You know. Meanwhile, that girl Lorena, the reason I bought it is because I think she's also from Sweden. And you know, for some reason, Sweden has won a lot of the Eurovisions, and yet you know we don't really hear anything.
God, imagine competing. Which was this? This is The Voice.
This is The Voice. Never
imagine competing in this whole process to then end up just like what
do you do?
I mean,
and that's why I stopped watching because I can't take one more kid going.
They win money.
This is gonna. I have no idea. I mean, I think they get money for being on the show. Like you get $1,000 because that's SAG rules.
They get $50 in a sandwich.
They get what? $50?
Dude, I think they're non-union. I don't think they're SAG. I think it's because if they're SAG, then they'll have to.
Well, I think you have to
get residuals, right?
Get paid for being on TV, but well, no, they weren't big scruffy. I mean, they might have been something. No, I don't think they were actually. I think Eurovision people that are successful, like
it wasn't like they said to Eurovision, take a chance.
Lulu was big.
Did you read that?
I did. Lulu was already famous when she went on Eurovision. So, but I think she sang.
Lulu went on Eurovision.
Yeah,
I didn't. I had no idea.
But these people. So, again, I don't know what they do, but I think they win some. They must be some sort of cash. But when they say it's going to change their lives, I had to stop watching because it's changing nobody's life.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it changes their life for a month.
Yeah.
Because everybody sees them on TV, and then that just expires.
I've never even heard of any of those guys. Yeah, that's
exactly
crazy.
You can go to the next one, Mike.
Oh no, I misspoke. Abba-esque was the Erasure album of Abba songs.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, A-Teens was the group I was thinking of that Nick Berg started.
Wait, who's that?
A-Teens. It was a group Nick Berg started.
Nick Berg.
That was they just did Abba cover songs.
Oh, these people just do ABBA cover songs?
Yeah, back in the, I'm guessing by their closing, like the 90s.
Yeah, right. I was going to say.
Or early 2000s.
I thought that was the cast of Saved by the Bell, the New Year's. Let's go to the next one. Oh, yes. This is the new Van Gogh that's coming to the Met. I think it's going to auction.
Interesting.
And,
where was it found?
I don't know where it was found, but it's going to go for like, $7 million or something, which of course is ridiculous, right, Mike? Because the only picture that should go for $7 million is the next slide. Hello. No, because see, this side got one dog looking this way, got one dog looking this way, and that guy's like, "What do you want from me?" That's what I'd pay $7 million for.
That's pretty funny.
You don't understand, do you?
It's
from the movie Goodfellas.
Got you. Okay.
Did you know?
No, I had no idea, but I think it does look better.
It's Scorsese's mom in the movie paints this picture, and he's like, "I like this painting. You got one dog looking this way, you got one dog looking this way. You guys like, what do you want from me?" So it's a legendary painting. I would totally pay $7 million for that. Let's go to the next one, please. Oh, this is the new Sesame Street Filipino puppet named TJ. I mean, right now I'm just like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I don't know why. I'm just like, they just keep introducing these new puppets to please everybody.
Wasn't
You're never gonna
your
please
friend who came to the show? He did Sesame Street, right? What
Yes,
was his
Memo.
name? Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah, I remember him. He was going on about Sesame Street a lot.
Yeah, so he tells me what's happening.
He's still there?
Oh, he's still totally up. He's what? Is he? Oh, I think he's on the. Oh, he's on the phone. Yes, he's still working. He directs now and produces. He's doing really well. But he tells me what's going on. He goes, "Oh, we have a new Filipino character."
That's so
on
funny.
Sesame Street. Yeah,
that's so wild.
But well, that's what I say, Anonymous TJ. Meanwhile, Anonymous says, "What about the picture Marcy's daughter made of Juskow? I would pay $7 million. Yeah, that's a classic. See, that should be my NFT.
It should be your NFT. Yeah.
You think people would pay money for the Juskow photo?
100%.
Maybe we should talk about that. I don't know, Mike. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're calling me asking why I'm not at the show, and it's because they told me I wasn't on it.
So. You need to go?
I mean, no, I'm fine. I'm not even dressed.
Was
for
that
it,
Liz?
So. No, it was just the host.
Oh. Well, yeah. Go to the next one. Speaking of Filipinos, this is like it's a woman's event of some ancient art of something. It just looks crazy. And then this Filipino guy, the next one, they're having all these events in the Philippines. That this guy is, just doing the rings, but he's got those evil bunnies behind him, where that would throw me off because
they were actually behind him.
Well, that's what it looks like. Because if you go to the next photo, this is what they remind me of, that horrible evil doll from the Squid Games.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be able to concentrate. So I think he did good, but it would be terrible. That doll scares the hell out of me. That is one evil doll. And yet I can't stop watching that first episode of the Squid Games. It's awesome. Yeah. The red light, green light, right, Mike?
Yep.
Let's go to the next one.
Aww.
Ew. Thank you, folks. I'm here all week. That was it. You can go to the next one. Thank you. This was the Kentucky Derby. I think the horse's name is Mage or something. Anyway, 8 horses died before the race. And now there's an investigation.
Right about this.
Fucked up, right?
It was the same. Was it the same breeder or something? The same guy?
I don't know.
Or something?
I haven't heard the rest of it yet. It's not good.
That's so messed up.
8 horses just somehow either had to be euthanized or something was wrong. And there needs to be an investigation. And it's major animal cruelty. And I don't know.
And people had already placed their bets, right?
Yes.
So
yes,
do you get a refund?
Yeah, if you'd scratched, you get a refund. Unless you have it in a parlay.
I know that's the most important. The most important thing is the poor horse. But I mean,
that's why I stopped betting.
Wild.
I don't like. I like going to the track, but I don't like betting the big games like this because there's something like this always happens. So I just prefer going to the track on a regular basis, on a daily basis. Now I think I might go there every Thursday in the summer. Anyway, what's the next picture? Oh yes, this is the winner of the dog show. His name is Buddy Holly. He won the Westminster Dog Show last week. He's cute as a button. Cute. He's the first breed of his kind. The next slide, I think, says what breed he is, and it's complicated. A petite Bazir Griffin Vardine. It's like I don't know what kind of breed it is, but
petite
it never was.
Basset Griffin Vandine.
Thank you.
That is not is that the actual name of the dog breed?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Wow, that's crazy. I've never even heard of that breed.
Yeah, but he won the best in show. And then I think if you go to the next one, so this is the Pet Expo in Thailand, and it's the skateboarding competition. And I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. This is the actual, if you go to the next one, you'll see. See?
There's no way.
That's a corgi on the skateboard. I don't know how he did. He obviously looks a little thrown off. The next one, that guy, he just wasn't. His name is Tongue. And as you can see, they clearly called him that because his tongue is always just licking the skateboard. That's not helping anybody. The next one, I think, is he came in third, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Third place. What's his name? Townie.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, you can see, and then you can see, I think the next picture is him actually right because it looked like he was about to fall off, but he's totally going down and checking. He's just like, "What's up, bitches?" That's what he's saying. And for real, he's actually saying that. But he only came in third.
Wow.
I think the next, I don't have the winner because it wasn't that as important. That's the most hilarious picture I've maybe ever. That's the guy from American Idol who put him on there. I'm kidding. But there's nothing funnier than a dog on a skateboard, though. And then the next one is, I think, the one that came in is second. Yeah, his name's John, and he came in second place.
I would watch that, to be honest.
Me too. I don't know why it wasn't aired here. That's what I want to see.
It's not aired here?
It's in Thailand.
It's only in Thailand.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
These are my favorite pictures to show.
I'm gonna have to try and like find some clips of them.
Anonymous pulling out some Weezer or some lyrics. Nice. What's the next one, Mike? I don't think it's the dog thing anymore, is it? Or was that it?
There's more.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's the dog that won it 3 years in a row and he retired. So he's just commenting.
Wow.
I made that up. I don't think that's the case. That's what I want it to be. That he's completely retired now and he's older, so he's wearing the glass just like. And here comes Townie in third place. Oh man, we've got a competition here.
Who names a dog John? Someone in Thailand.
Yeah. What's the owner's name? Fido. Oh, that's good. That was anonymous on fire today. What's the next one? Oh yeah, remember this?
I remember this.
We did this a long time ago. I don't remember when. It's me and Natterman. Sophia was the narrator. Mateo, I don't remember who he played. Rachel, I don't remember who she played. It was such a long time ago. I know Russ played somebody hands. Oh, the boss. No, I played the boss.
Natalie as well.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
To be the chubby girl. No, that's the line from the movie.
Oh, is it?
Oh, I've definitely seen some cellulite on those thighs. Would we say she's chubby? Would we? Natterman played Hugh Grant. I played Alan Rickman.
He played Hugh Grant?
Yeah. Yeah, he kept trying to do a British accent.
You were Hugh Grant.
No, I was Alan Rickman.
Oh, wow. My memory's really bad.
Remember, because I got an applause break from my Alan Rickman. I was so excited. Like, oh, God, tell me I'm wearing one of those T-shirt, like 6 foot tall boyfriend. I can't do it now, but I was really on it that day. That's right. And you also played. You also played.
I like narrated it as well.
You played the horrible Emma Thompson role because you were committing suicide with the rope. That's right. I forgot about that. When I was just like, to continue your emotional education. Yeah, I'm just thinking about it now. I love this. I think I did a good job on this poster.
Yeah,
that was a while. I wish we could do that again. It was so much fun. And then the next one is just Dr. Samrad, one of my favorite costumes ever.
Oh my gosh! I went around with Prometheus for I was hired to basically go around with Prometheus around
the movie. Was that a movie?
Yeah, it was for the movie promotion. So we basically went all around Manhattan with the guy. This age.
Oh, Catalina feels. You feel like Emma Thompson now, like you're going to play that song, Catalina. You'll be fine. Exactly. In 6 months, you're not even going to remember this guy's name. Now she wants to play Janice. What was the name that she was doing in the movie? Not Janis Joplin. No. Who am I thinking of? Why can't I think of it? The one where he said to Joni Mitchell. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yes.
To continue your emotional education. When he gives her that horrible cold letter. Anyway, you look amazing there, and that's why I like it. I think that's the end of the photos. Yeah. Or you can just keep that one up because they both look really good. That's pretty cool. I love that you get hired for that kind of stuff. You really are a professional model, which is exciting.
Or like a random booker of anything.
Well, now can't you reveal that during COVID you were doing a Lin-Manuel? I mean,
I was doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, I basically. Well, they scrapped the entire, like the whole entire.
That movie never came out. I'm asking you.
Oh, I think it did.
What was the movie?
It was Tick Tick Boom.
That's Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it was
Lin-Manuel Miranda. Yep.
Yeah.
Directed Tick Tick Boom.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, and that's what you. So do you remember the situation? Because it was during COVID and you had to like be in your room.
Okay. So we literally.
Remember that fucking jerk off costume person or makeup person that gave everybody COVID? I didn't know that was Lin-Manuel. So that's the one you were. Stephen Levinson.
It was his. But they scrapped the scene we were in.
Was that when you were on all the towels?
Yeah, we did. But that was like all for like like promotion stuff, but we basically had there was like 10 of us, and we were housed in this like
A
hotel.
hotel, right?
And we basically were in quarantine for 2 weeks. So we basically were taken into the
But then
hotel.
somebody fucked up something, and then you were in for another 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember this story. I remember being so angry.
So they didn't. So this was pretty funny. Yeah, I totally forgot. You're very good at remembering my stories because I'm like.
Well, I was really angry. I wanted to do something about it. In fact, I'm still mad at Lin-Manuel Miranda, even though he seems like a lovely guy.
No, it was great. I was getting paid to just like hang out in a hotel room doing nothing.
Yeah.
All
but
day.
It took its toll because you were there for 2 weeks.
I mean, it was crazy because I'll tell you what happened. It was 2 weeks we were in a lockdown. We went to shoot the scene. Within 1 day, within the first day of actually filming the scene, one of the hairstylists, I'm not even sure. I think I can talk about this. It's not.
I just mentioned that.
Yeah.
Then you got angry.
Yeah. No, I think I can.
Why can't we mention it at this point?
No, I'm sure it doesn't even.
They should know. I mean, that's what made me so angry. One of the hairstylists came in and gave everybody COVID.
Yeah.
You had to shut it down another 2 weeks.
No, they didn't give everyone COVID. What happened was they tested positive for COVID. So they came in, they did a swab.
But that person was not quarantining with everybody else. So after they quarantine everybody, they bring in somebody from the outside, like a bunch of morons that they didn't have it figured out. Like, we'll just bring in this person because they haven't been seeing other people. That whole story made me so upset.
Yeah.
Just because it was the organization. It's like, what the fuck?
I mean, I love the team who put it on. I love everyone who was
right. I'm not saying that it was.
And I think they did a great job. I think COVID was like a really difficult time for everyone, and I think a lot of people didn't actually understand what's even happening.
I know, time. But that's what. But they were. When you're trying to be so
everyone,
right,
and
then they bring in an outside person they're dopes.
I think the weirdest part was that even when we ordered like Uber Eats or like food to the hotel room, we couldn't go and get it. We couldn't have the Uber Eats guy come to the room or give us our food. We had the production assistant come to our room.
Right.
So we had the production assistant.
Somebody else who was quarantining.
As well. And they didn't even make contact. They'd leave it outside the door. They would tell you to wait for 30 minutes before you could even open your door to go get the food. There was like a whole strict regimen of what you can and can't do.
Yeah, I remember because we actually had you on this show from your hotel room.
Yeah. It was.
Because that was about crazy. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2021.
It was 2021. Yeah.
November around election day, I think.
It was absolutely insane. And then
do you appear in the movie?
No, they scrapped the entire scene off.
Wow.
So I basically just got paid to hang out in a hotel room, but we filmed it.
Well, I have seen that you look so gorgeous in that towel. I mean, I know that's so obvious, but you really do look pretty.
Thank you.
It looked like such a fun scene. I can't believe they scrapped it.
That was so much fun.
Oh, shut up. You know what, Mike? That's, no one wants to see that guy in a towel.
That's what they were saying in the chat.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. You notice I passed over.
Wait, this was in which was this in during COVID?
No, that was on the HBO show Crashing.
Oh, nice.
The Judd Apatow show.
Oh, cool.
So embarrassing. I look different now. And when I say different, I mean fatter. That's when I was thinner. Didn't you know that story? They told me, I got this big part in this HBO show. And I read this, and the whole time I'm nervous. I know I got the part, and I know what it was.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't.
You didn't know what the part was?
No, I had no idea.
Oh, that's so funny.
I couldn't have cared less. And so then I was like, I hope that I don't have to get naked because it's HBO. I was nervous, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. Why would they make me get naked? But sometimes they make guys that aren't attractive get naked. So I was really nervous. I opened the script and it says Juskow comes out in a towel. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that was fucking close. That was close. So when the script was, I come in wearing the towel like Ferris Bueller at the top, and the towel's up to here, like a lady, like you were in the movie. And then as we're filming, they lose this, and the towel gets lower and lower, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And so then finally it just comes out like that. And let me tell you something, and I've mentioned this multiple times. You want to talk about acting to pretend like I was completely fine with that and just walking around like it didn't bother me at all. That's acting. In front of all the camera people and all the crew, just walking around that towel, coming out and being like, hey, what's going on? And put me in my Juskow character, Mike, before I even knew about the Juskow character. I had to put myself in. I'm like, no, I just got to, hey, This is acting.
Yeah.
I'm going to look like an idiot, but it's exciting and it'll be great. And I'm clothed in other parts.
That's
So,
funny.
but that's acting,
Yeah.
pretending that I was completely comfortable. I am not, I don't even like looking at myself in the mirror at my house when I'm alone. Thank you, Anonymous. She said, I think you look great, but she's probably kidding. Oh, hi, Jules. How are you? How's your comedy class going? She's taking a comedy class here at the Cellar with the great Rick Chrome.
They do comedy class?
Yeah, Rick Chrome. He's the best. Oh my God. Also, I saw Rick in Sarah's show again, Sarah's play, her musical. He's so terrific. He's got a great singing voice.
Nice.
After that scene, did you take a Silkwood shower? Yeah,
did you take a what?
A Silkwood shower, meaning they just put the elephant hose on me. No, after that, I remember my double wanted to ride home, and I'm like, get out of here.
But you're stunt double?
I had a double.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah. He's like, can you drop me off? And I'm like, no. He was annoying me.
Wait, do you have a photo of him?
He was my stand-in. No.
Oh.
No, he was my stand-in whenever, because I was a big star.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
me and Sarah and my friend Steve Agee had stand-ins, and of course
so
Pete
cool.
Holmes did too. So it was really funny.
That's awesome.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go get a drink with my stand-in.
So
But I wasn't, because I mean, who's that guy think he is? He thinks he's better than me? Just stand-in. I mean, we can't talk about Wonder Woman, can we? Or is that just not they just couldn't show the pictures, right? It can.
I mean, I kind of signed an NDA.
But it's for the pictures.
Which pictures?
I mean, you can't show photos of yourself, but
no, I can't talk. I can't really talk about what happened.
Well, I'm not saying what happened, but can't we just say?
Yeah, I did stand and work for Gal Gadot.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sophia was the stand-in for Gal Gadot in Wonder Woman 2.
Of the movie, yes.
Yeah, because it took place in DC.
Correct.
So this one is dressed up in the Wonder Woman costume. I'm like, if you don't get me a picture of that immediately, I'm going to die. And she's like, I can't. I'm not allowed to take any picture, which you can't blame. But Jesus Christ, what I
I only did a little bit of it, but it's a whole story which I can't really get into. But
no, that's okay. I understand that, but we could say that
I did some of the stand-in.
Oh my God, I can't even. And you were wearing the costume and everything.
Yes, I wore the
costume.
Oh my God.
Somebody's got to have a photo somewhere, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I was like right next to what's the guy's name?
Chris Pine.
Yeah, Chris Pine. Yeah, I met Chris Pine. I met Gal. I met all of them.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And it was always there's an old Yogi Bear episode I remember as a kid where they were, or maybe it's the Flintstones. I can't remember. The director goes, bring in it could be Bugs Bunny. I'm getting confused. Bring in the double. And then they bring in the stunt person or whatever, the double, and then they get shot in the face or, with a fire extinguisher hose or something like that's
so funny.
Gal Gadot sitting there like, bring in the double. And then you're like, so what do I got to do here? I take a pie in the face. Is that what it is?
I mean, that's so cool. No, what's way cool is having a double. Like your one was way better than my one. Are you kidding me? You've got your own double. Did you take a photo of him? I kind of want to see.
No, I didn't know he was
this guy.
I didn't have my phone. I was wearing a towel.
Oh, you were wearing a towel. Okay, got you. I kind of want to see who they picked as like everyone's double.
He was a very strapping young man. He looked amazing in a towel. So wait, I was gonna say, because I remember bringing you to my office one day and telling him like, oh, this girl's just filled in for Gal Gadot. She's amazing. And you came in crying. You were so upset that day. And I told everybody, oh, she's amazing. She's got this energy about, and I don't know what happened. We were having a party. You came in to Tommy Bahamas and you were crying. Something had happened. And I don't think it was
I was crying.
I can't remember if it was over a boy. See, Catalina, it happens to the best of them. So don't fret about this stupid boy. You're the greatest. Everyone here knows it. And there will be other boys.
Is she just commenting in the feed like saying, oh, I am so depressed?
Well, she told me earlier and I kind of spilled it.
Okay, go.
No, she's still here.
Oh, she's still here? She's still in the chat?
I think so. She lives in Chile and she's just graduated college. Or maybe she's still going. She's young. So believe me, there's going to be more of that, right? Tell her.
Yes, 100%. You'll live and learn.
Yeah. Well, I guess that about wraps it up, right, Mike? I mean, unless you want to talk more crypto, which I don't think anybody does. But, yeah, that's pretty much our show for today. So, Sophia,
yes,
where can we see you? What is your next step, your journey? Where's it going to take us?
I have got a lot of different things that I'm working on.
I know that's true. That's not even an exaggeration.
Yeah.
You always have something going on.
But
Sophia also does a lot of voice stuff, like for radio and
I've done a lot of
television stuff. Yeah.
And voice.
You used to be a big radio personality.
I did a lot of radio stuff. I've done a lot of TV work. I did a lot for the CW.
Right. That's right. You're working for CW, but you were also working for iHeartRadio and stuff.
I was doing a show for them with it was like with EDM.com, which was basically a very big blog.
I prefer BPM. But sure, EDM's fine.
Yeah, and so we did like a series with them, which was like a
So Sophia, when I first met her, she was like interviewing rock stars, musicians, and stuff like that all the time for these.
It was actually for the CW at the time, because I was like,
the DC CW, right? Right. Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah. Well, it makes sense.
And then
can't you picture her just hanging around like U2 and just being like, yeah, well, whatever questions you have, we'll answer them.
Yeah, it was super fun. I mean, I also did that, and then I did a Lifetime show. A lot of random stuff, just random bookings.
Well, that's what happens when you're an actress / model. So, do you have anything coming up that we can see?
I mean, just a lot. I'm currently working on stuff. I'm in a couple of projects that I'm working on.
All right. So well, we'll find out. I'll let you all know. Mike, what movie do you have coming up this week on your show?
We'll keep watching Retrospective Promenade with me, Alex Ansel, and Aubrey. This week is Dead Heat with Treat Williams and Joe Piscopo.
Oh my God, I'd forgotten about that. Oh my God.
Amazing practical effects.
What a piece of shit Joe Piscopo became.
Oh yeah. He did this, sidekicks, and some beer commercials, and that was about it. Beer commercials that were better than the one we saw for the same company.
Right, same company. He used to do light beer for Miller. Oh God, this guy. You know what? Now I want to watch that movie.
Maybe it's not on YouTube. It's audio only.
Oh, your podcast.
Yeah, he's asking why it's not on.
No, YouTube. I thought you meant the movie is only audio.
Yep, you only listen to the movies.
Maybe
it sounds like a pig.
That sounds good because Joe Piscopo could do a lot of voices. So, hey, look, it's Sinatra. Hey, what's the dead heat going on here?
He has the worst jokes in that movie that we started saying. Whenever you tell a bad joke, like you're going full Piscopo. So,
right.
If you get drunk on the show, you're going full Nolte, and if you tell bad jokes, you're going full Piscopo.
That's so funny.
And are you performing anytime soon? And like you're going back to Texas this week, right?
Yeah, on the I can't remember where I'm at, but yeah, follow me on Instagram at Mike V Suarez. So where I'm going to be at will be there.
Right. And when by the way, when are you coming back?
I will be back on. Let me get that calendar up. I will be back in town on the 2nd, so on the 6th we will be back in studio.
2 weeks of virtual, and then we'll be back here in June.
No, I'll be back on the 9th. I'm sorry.
Of June?
Yeah.
So like 3 virtual weeks.
Yeah.
And then maybe 3 in town weeks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This has been nice doing it in the studio. Otherwise, I do it at my house. He does it at his house. But it's fun having guests. Yeah. And it's been really fun, right, Mike? It's been it's been a blast, actually.
100%.
Doing it this way. And I want to thank everybody. So I'll be opening for Marina Franklin again this Monday. I don't know the date, but it's Monday night at 9:30. Marina's doing an hour, and I'm hosting the show for her at the same place we were last night. And if it's as successful as last night's show, then everything should be great. And other than that, don't forget Billy Joel A to Z has my niece on this week. Just before she became a doctor yesterday. It's still unbelievable. I teared up. They announced they're like Dr. Dory Casper. And I was like, because I didn't think it was going to affect me. But then once they say doctor, they say doctor because you've just become a doctor. I mean, it's like
so crazy.
It hits in. It's
oh my God.
And my sister told me she was smiling all day. She hasn't smiled since I've met her. I think she's 26. She does not smile.
Yeah.
When she's on a show like this or something, and it's like, are you having a good time? Yeah. Can you tell your face? That's always been the thing. So, yeah, it's great. So, yeah, next week will be virtual, and we will go over our Rock and Roll Hall of Fame picks because now they have been chosen, and we'll see how we all did. And other than that, come down to the Comedy Cellar all the time. So now you can see me. You can see Mike sometimes. And we open for people that are actually work here. And but no, the Comedy Cellar is the best, and it's open every night. And thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week on the Comedy Cellar Nightly